Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Lionel. I'm your host of LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering All's Fair, which is currently streaming on Hulu. These are episodes 8 and 9. No, is it? 8 and 9. The last 2 episodes, y'all. I am a week late. I apologize. However, I do appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. You can subscribe, and you can leave your comments below. Now let's get into these episodes. Okay, y'all. So it's very car-centric. They're not standalone episodes like we saw in the. I have a lot of things to say in regards to these last 2 episodes. That I'll probably just leave my thoughts towards the end. I'm a little bit concerned of the direction of the show, but hey. We start off the episode where the detective is questioning Emerald and Liberty as far as their whereabouts for that guy who was, what's the word? Evaporated from the earth. I'm trying to be YouTube friendly. So. Anyways, Dina shows up and gives a lot of legal terms as, look, you're not really supposed to be here. Do you have a warrant? Da 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 da. So she ends up leaving. Dina says, hey, it's New York Fashion Week. Let's go on to New York. I have my plane. And they go. They start talking about the branch. They want Dina to become the 4th partner. Dina says, you know, since Dougie's gone and all that, you know, her life has consisted of Dougie and then also work. And that's not where she's at right now. And she doesn't want that. Alora did say that they're going to need some extra help. Dina said, well, since I'm not going to be there, I think 2 more partners or something like that, but at least 3 paralegals. Alora is going to rehire Milan. Why? I do not know. But now it's all about women supporting women. Well, that woman didn't support you at all. Whatever. I mean, you know how I feel about Milan's character on the show. She hardly exists at all. Maybe she'll be front and center next year. I don't know. But anyways, or next season, because they did get renewed, if you guys didn't know. So Dina tossed in Carr's name to become another partner. Of course, everyone's against it and all that. Dina's got this affinity and knowing what Carr has went through from her childhood until now, this abandonment issue that she's had with her father, and that's why she's always stayed connected at the hip with her. Back at Carr's, she's watching one of the old movies, and I forgot the movie, but she's there with her baby daddy, and something came up about dating and having sex and all that, and he asked, you know, who's the last person that you've been attracted to? She said Chase Monroe. He challenged her to have sex, but I thought also about getting married to him. I was like, oh, okay. So since she was challenged on it, she's going to take him up on that offer. Next thing you know, she goes to the gym and starts seducing him. However, he's trying to stand strong in his convictions because he's going to Sex Anonymous class for his sex addiction. And she's like, why are you going there? She related to herself, you know, if you're just going there and you don't even know why you have been at it, then what is the point? And he easily gives in and they have sex. Not only did they have sex, they went back to her office and they role played. She was the boss and he was the employee. And they were heard very loudly. I don't know how this office is able to compose themselves or even endure this person that's just totally. Chase does visit Alora and gives this watch to her. It was a gift that Alora gave him a long time ago. I forgot the inscription of it. They ended up having another fight because she finds out that Chase did. Well, she was asking, you know, how did your meetings go? He couldn't lie. So, of course, Alora's upset. He also lets on that he had sex with Carr. He feels like he's more alive and free to be himself around Carr outside of her. And she likes to control him, Alora does. But she's like, I don't think it's really control, it's me loving and caring you. Maybe there is some truth to whatever, to what Chase is saying, and possibly Alora has to look at that. I don't know. But Anyways, Alora's upset about that and just dismisses him and just get out of there. Carr wants some more sex. She invites him over, and she cooks some beef bouillon. However, it didn't come out right, but it tastes good and all that good stuff. Or did it happen? What happened? I'm thinking ahead, and well, they do have sex again, but that might be later. No. Let's back up. Anyways, they do have sex again in the office, and then he dresses up as a fireman, and she's like this nurse aide. And he wants to backdoor her. Of course, she's not really familiar with it, but she was up for that task. And she did it. While they were was it that one? Yeah. He ended up calling Laura's name out. It may have been the first one, but I thought it was this one. But anyways, yeah. It kind of broke the mood after that. Then he came over to her house, and she was wanting to have sex again, and he was like, no, because this is after his confrontation with Laura. Like, I gotta stay strong in my meetings, and she's, as she always does, when she's hurt, she will do whatever she can to hurt you, and saying that he's got watery cum, and I'm like, Lord Jesus. And butt acne, and I said, what? Anyway, she says the most crazy things. They leave, and basically, at least at the moment, this is the end of whatever they're doing. Was there anything else in that particular episode? Oh yeah, this is the infamous scene from the trailer that we saw, where Carr hires Alora's stylist to dress like her, and she comes into the office dressed just like her and imitating her voice, the Kim Kardashian voice, basically. And Alora, I think, she's at least being a little bit more feisty. You know, Alora is more reserved a little bit, and people call her stoic and all that good stuff, but she didn't lose her cool or anything, but she was just like, you really think that you're going to become a partner in this office over my dead body? She did ask, why did you sleep with Chase and all that? She said, I know that you don't really care that much. I know what really gets under you, and this is your company, and I want to be a part of it to infiltrate it, Milan is back and talks with Carr, and she's like, look, there's only one Alora. I even tried to be Alora. We all try to do that. There's only one Carr, and you need to be Carr, and all that good stuff. Anyways, Carr goes home and talks with her baby daddy again, and they are watching The Devil Wears Prada. And she believes that Miranda is the hero, and Anne Hathaway's character is the villain. Anyways, he's asking her, why do you really want to be a part of this practice? Revenge. Basically, she goes into everything you can see, the craziness within her. So, in the next episode, we see her laying on the couch. She called her therapist into her office, and she says that she's having a lot of homicidal thoughts concerning Emerald, Alora, Liberty, I don't think Dina, but whatever. And the doctor is very concerned about this, and she's like, well, trying to suggest medication. She said, I don't want any depressants. And the doctor was like, no, I don't think depressants. How about estrogen? You may be lacking that type of hormone. Carr don't want it, and all that, and she wants the therapist to leave. And of course, letting her know, this is doctor-patient confidentiality. If you're talking about harming yourself or harming someone else, that's out the window. And I don't know why the therapist didn't really clap back with that, but whatever. So she sets out this plan that she's going to infiltrate that branch one by one, pick it together, take over and sell the whole branch for pennies or whatever. She wants to totally destroy them and that business. First up, to really get under the skin to start infiltrating, is Liberty. Of course, Liberty can't stand her, and she's one of those people that are not going to vote for her to come into the firm. She starts to soften up when Carr starts playing on her insecurities about being an outsider. We are a lot alike. They do harp on you in regards to your British ways. And of course, you can see that that's really affecting her, as she already has expressed that a couple of episodes ago. She ends up giving a gift, Carr, to Liberty as a wedding gift. and it's a first edition plate or dish of Princess Diana, where you can't get it anywhere. She got it. Liberty is trying to get these bridesmaid dresses, and she's like, "What are these? These look like something that Allura would wear." No, you need to do what you have on your mind to do. Lord, I'll just say that Carr is very smart. Carr did come. She was kind of auditioning to be a part of the firm, and she really slam dunked it. Michael Blackston was a guest. I think that was in the last episode. As far as this divorce, and basically at this point, they Dina said, "I knew it. I knew that she could do it." So it's kind of more convincing them to bring her on as one of her of their attorneys. Anyways, I'm jumping. Okay, so then Liberty goes with Carr's idea. They're eating some English foods, and then also they are showing the bridesmaid dresses, and the women don't like them, and they are poking fun at Liberty, and Liberty's pissed, and she storms out. Like, "I thought I could find a bridesmaid or a maid of honor, but I'll have to look elsewhere." Later on, Emerald, who has been doing some digging on Reginald, Liberty's fiance, found out that Reginald is about to be in the poorhouse. He has put his house up for sale and all that stuff, as far as collateral for this business venture that he's in. And they got to tell Liberty before she decides to get married, so that he don't pull her in on the foolishness. Now the ladies are voting. It's kind of old-fashioned as far as the silent vote. The votes have got to be 3-1, which either way, either 3 people are going to vote Carr in, or 3 people vote her out. They do it. Dina has a private meeting with Carr and tells Carr that you're not in. The votes were 2-2. Carr said, "Well, I know that you voted for me, I guess, but let me know who didn't vote for me." And then Dina said, "I didn't vote for you. I realized what you were doing as far as even with the whole Liberty thing. You came to bring in dissension within the group, and you didn't even get into the group as of yet, and I won't allow it. So no, I'm going to make it my life's mission that you would never set foot in this firm ever again." Carr ended up baptizing her, throwing water on her. And then Dina leaves, and she starts crying. Carr does. But then she gets it together, and you get this psychotic Carr. Emerald and Allura, they tell Liberty what's up. Liberty does confront Reginald about it. She decides that she can't marry him, then you get to take a break. I kind of think that Liberty loved that excuse. It was an excuse to get rid of him. Y'all can let me know what you thought of that, because I'm like, it sounded like you really wanted it. You're glad that the ladies did that, so you didn't have to marry him. It's a break. Maybe they'll get back together next season. Who knows? The next thing is a kicker. Carr goes to Allura, and she's worried about Dina. There's a group session. Carr's there, and they're calling Dina. Carr has set up Dina to look crazy, suicidal, and all that good stuff. She even fake texts, fake documents of saying that she gave over all this money to her housekeeper, Esperanza. Had Esperanza come in and lie and say that when Dina had a breakdown and was crashing stuff in the kitchen, she ended up choking her. Dina was standing strong, like, "No, I didn't." But there was this other type of dementia medication, thinking that Dina's taking that. But then she started thinking, well, I don't think I did this. Like, it was superb at how they really broke down Dina to make her possibly think that she is this crazy lunatic at this time. Anyways, it looks like the police are taking her away. The other girls are doing it for her best interest, because we care about you. The way Carr flipped this thing is something else. I don't know why the ladies didn't question Carr. Well, why didn't you say anything before we started voting? She's been I wish someone would have stood up against what she was saying, at least challenge her to be on Dina's side. However, they don't know because of they are asking questions about, you're talking to Doug, is he answering you? She's like, well, I don't have to answer that to you. And rightfully so. So anyways, they end up taking her away. Now that Car can continue her craziness. How I feel. I really don't know where the show's going. I'm gonna watch next season to see how it plays out. But I don't understand how we get from like episode 5 or episode 6, I think it was 5, maybe 4 or 5, to here with Car. The ladies were just helping you. We thought that we came to resolve. There was a white flag waved. It was helping your daughter get into that school. And you just up it up a notch after, like, there's no basis at this point because they thought that we made peace. And it's just like, you just flipped for no reason. If there was a reason to all of this right now, like they did something else to you, maybe I can understand why you would turn back into that viperous, crazy sociopath, homicidal maniac. I don't know where this is going. And again, I'm going to watch season 2, but I think that they should not have had, if they did not have that breakthrough episode, I'd probably be more on board to see all the craziness out of Car, but again, I'm going to watch 2, and that's going to be my deciding factor on if I really want to continue, because this is looking very ridiculous. And I like paths, and I like for you guys to take me on the journey. Don't take me zigzag here, up, no. So, I mean, but Car really did something where you even had Dina questioning herself, like, I don't think I did. Lord, that's crazy. But anyways, y'all can tell me what you think of this series. I don't think that Teyana Taylor's character is necessary. It's good to have Liberty back in the fold. I'm a little bit more, okay, maybe we can keep her around. Naomi Watts. But I don't know. And I wanted to be honest in regards to all this, even though I'm reviewing it. But you got me until next season, and y'all got to do something different than what you guys are curating for us. For me to still be a fan if you do get a season 3. All right. Leave your comments below. Thank you for riding with me for the season. It's over. And of course, I'm late a week. I was overwhelmed because there was a lot of episodes of other shows that I watched that dropped, and I just refuse, at least at this moment, to rush to get out content without really giving it its fair shot as a watch, and for me to enjoy and to give you how I feel about the episodes and the acting and all of that stuff, you know, and the characters. So, like, comment, subscribe. Until the next one, peace.